And we are live from FOOF headquarters, wherever that is. We're all at secret locations, just like the president's cabinet. So I am joined by Gratu Orloff, Paulo Costa, Jambo Comics, and Eric Breen. We may be joined by Spinner Rack Studios. We'll have to see a little bit later. But let's see who's all in the chat. Looks like we're going to start off with Recess, as usual. All right, here we go. And Scotty is home. Yes. Everyone, you always feel like you're home here. Here's Missing Mars saying hello to everybody. Michael Taylor's here. And hello, guys. What are you going to show this week that makes me spin? Well, we can't be held responsible for that. Sorry about that. Here's Maranya welcoming all the foofs. Peanuts. Who are those people? I don't know who those people are. Let's see. Who else we got here? Nice. Hello, Michael Taylor. And Fireball. Hello, Fireball. Fireball, I'll try to show my cave girl if I remember to grab it. He just posted his nice Dell copy on Instagram. I think it was earlier today.
Oh, wow.
Never make it to the end of these. Well, we'll probably go through it pretty nice quickly today. Oh, well, we'll show nothing that exciting. So here's Missing Mars again.
Kudos on the intro, Micah. That was really cool. With,
thank you.
Rhyme of the Ancient Mariner, Iron Maiden. Really cool.
There's the Jackson Roy Kurt. Don't want Eric Breen to worry that well, that was very thoughtful of you.
What a guy.
He is. He really is. All of our fans are great people. I almost said guys. Then there's Maranya. So,
You don't think we have one too many?
Any word on a special guest? No, but I am working up something with a guy who's never been on. He'll be on this summer. That's all I can say about that. Do your best, Forrest Gump impression. Saying hello again. And what Scotty have to say? Video hasn't started yet. We were about 2.5 minutes late. And here's Lead Paint. Hello, Lead Paint. If you were watching my video earlier on Saturday, Lead Paint sent me some nice things.
I've seen that. Very cool.
All right. Maranya says, time to put in the headset. Yes, well, I put all these on a CD later and I go jamming around town. Yeah. Thinking about how to spend money on books we see. There's Comic Book Curator. And Gotham City.
Hey, Kevin.
Yes, one of those individuals was well behaved last week. So I'll let you figure out who was well behaved. Here's Ron. Hey, guys. Porter Wagner. I thought somebody might appreciate that. We call that that's a callback, you know. And Easy Comic Reader. Hello, everyone. Y'all see his channel. He showed a great Thor sketch. Make sure you check out Easy Comic Reader. Almost here at the end of the chat. Recess. Yep. Here's the library. Just checking in. Show Vampirella. I have to put red dot stickers on my screen. That's probably Jambo's fault.
Get them ready.
Yeah. White track tape. I never had 8-track. Everybody around me did.
I had them.
I was too backwoods to have 8-track.
The best thing about them was right in the middle of the song, it would click to the next track.
Yeah. Iggy was well behaved. Yes, he was.
We had very good quality cassettes here in Europe.
Welcoming Ron. Here's Easy Comic Reader. Okay. I'll put in some dashes for myself here. I'll pick that up here in a minute. I showed, put that on. I showed some of these, the Gratu on his channel over the weekend on a Edgar Rice Burroughs kick. Here is the Mucker.
Yeah.
That's as close to the original cover as I was able to get. And I'm doing the spines the same, except it's the lions. You got the Mucker character in black and white. And,
Never read that one. Never seen that one.
he's a tough guy in Chicago 100 years ago. Gets shanghaied, so he's fighting these guys. And then later he ends up in the West fighting cowboys and Indians. So, and then there was a sequel. So, of course, Edgar Rice Burroughs also wrote some Westerns. Here's the War Chief. And instead of the lion, I got that little guy. Where'd I get him from? From the inside cover is that guy way up there.
How did he get up there?
It's all due to the horse. Yep.
I vaguely remember that he
Some
wrote
publishing
96 books.
96.
That's what is that accurate?
I don't know. I got most of them up here, but I should count them. Here's my version of Tarzan, Lord of the Jungle.
Nice.
As I was telling Gratu, I found a grid scan of the original art, and I made the title image larger so that the T is actually coming down and on top of the snake. So the back cover
Company hard to hire you to do their books for them, Micah.
Well, but I'm only interested in stuff that just won't sell these days, I guess. But back cover's not too shabby. But of course, and another little lion.
There you
If
go.
you put some sparkling vampires on the cover, maybe it'll sell.
Yeah, yeah. Tarzan Triumphant. I wasn't too thrilled. 100-year-old art. I thought it was pretty cool. And this.
Oh. Are we having technical difficulties?
We aren't,
Right. It looks
but I
like
think our host is.
I think
Yes.
I thought it was me there for a minute. I was like, oh,
Yeah,
it's my bad internet.
the sunspot.
All right.
Micah.
There he is. There he is.
And on the back of the book, this cover, this was made by the nephew of Edgar Rice Burroughs. His name is Studley. And the dead lion has quite the look on his face. So, all right. Yeah, I don't know what happens to my internet, but I'll try to get past this. Here's some new reproduction pulps.
Very cool.
Are these all from the same company? The ones
Yeah.
you're showing?
Yeah, this one's a giant, 244. You got to get this typewriter too.
What are they approximately, like $15 each or something?
Or 16. Yeah. Here's Captain Future.
Oh, yeah.
I can't help but feel they were insinuating something on the previous cover.
No.
Okay. Thanks for setting me straight.
And make your own records at home. It's fun and
Wow.
profitable. Let's see. I'm going to show a couple more of those before I show the one I made. My internet will probably crash at that precise moment. So here's another fantastic adventure. The Doorway to Hell.
Fantastic.
I've been noticing people showing off their newly slabbed pulps on YouTube recently.
Yeah. I thought this one was really cool because this is 1939. And you can see he's got a lot of dictators up there. I've read the story. The German is a totally different name, not who you would think it would be. But I guess they were still hoping in 1939 things were still going to be good. I don't know if you guys have a Kalamazoo stove, but I want you to pay close attention to you see this marking on these two images?
Water stains.
I think when they cleaned this up, the guy didn't get to that. And
Yeah.
since that's something that I would be interested in doing or missing, and so speaking of that, I was reading one of these, and it said, "Don't forget to check out our sister publication, Amazing Stories. Our May issue will have an Edgar Rice Burroughs story." I went to this website that makes these reproductions. They don't have it, and if they did, they'd probably put a border around it, like Guadalajara. I don't want a border, so I scoured the internet trying to buy one. And they all want well over $100, and most of them are falling apart because it's 100 years old. So I found the actual book. Someone had scanned every page on the internet database or the internet archive, whatever you call that. I printed it off, cut it down to 7x10, and then I went scouring the internet for images of the cover. And I was able to make my own.
Wow.
I had to figure out what the spine would look like back then. And the back cover is one of those crazy pictures of people on Saturn. So now this is the best image I could find of that. So if you get in real close, it doesn't quite hold up to standards. But when you consider I'm saving hundreds of dollars by just making my own.
That's cool.
So, and it lines up, same size. I made that on purpose. So. Anyway, real briefly, hopefully Meyer Greenback gets better. I know Lead Paint's watching. They're paratroopers. They might get a kick out of this one.
Aren't they all too close to each other?
Yeah. But even the corners of the roundness of the parachute makes you think like there's a fold or something. But that's just the nice drawing. So. Speaking of too close, another great Yellow Glove issue. Have no idea why they're doing that.
How Italian.
Yeah. This cover art's Carl Buechner. I'd say the boys are cheating. And one more. All right. Well, let's send it to Paulo.
All right. So I got some actual comics. I got an AOK from a friend of mine, which I have unboxed last week on the Friday show with Jared Osborne. And these are Incredible Hulks from Brazilian publisher Block, who were infamous for their weird color treatment, their terrible lettering, and even worse translations. Also, all the comics, also all the uniforms were recolored just because. Let me see if I can find some examples here. Well, here's Clint Barton as Goliath, and in a never-seen variant of his costume.
Wow.
Now, where did I see that? And here's the Vision trying out a different look.
Nice.
Yes.
Blue shirt.
Oh, and speaking of Yellow Gloves, this is the Black Panther.
Okay. Yeah.
Or the leader with some white underpants.
It's got his tidy whities on.
Yes. And this is this comic. What do we have here? Well, this is Jarella. But luckily, Jarella is green.
Oh, good.
See, she's green. At least we have that. And Doc Simpson gets irradiated by gamma rays, but his hair remains blonde.
Cool.
So I thought I'd show some infamous covers. So let me get my share screen on, and here we go.
Yes, I pulled a Mitch McConnell. I'll have to go back to see what you guys were able to talk about while I was.
It's funny because
All
I'm here in
right, so-
Kentucky.
Some more Marvel comics from Block. So these are from the late 60s and early 70s through the mid 70s. The Daredevil is always red, even when the original was in yellow. You'll find that the picture above is that of Kilgrave, where they came up with a very odd translation for his name, who is now called Foot in the Grave. I don't know why, and is not purple.
Yeah, I was going to say, I'm not the Purple Man.
Mm-hmm. There's more Daredevil. Also some odd colors for the Animan. And Kazar. And the Owl, who apparently went to get a hair job.
Red hair. Wow.
Heroes from Space, a one shot.
Wow, that's pretty neat.
Yeah, I think those are original characters. There's somebody called Captain Radar there.
Good evening, Michael.
What would a comic like that cost?
Well, I guess it depends. If you go on vacation in Brazil, you can probably find it for $20-$30. If you import it from the United States, somebody will try to sell it to you for $500.
Really?
Yes,
It's number one, his first appearance.
Yeah, but the thing is, the guys who are into foreign variants, there's another one for your book, brought to. They are willing to pay stupidly high prices for comics that to us are only worth $1. Just because they want to have all of the covers from every country, so they can put them on an exhibit at home.
Yeah, I know.
Ridiculous.
I've seen that.
Just to make this even more ridiculous, they buy comics that they can't read for prices which are 100 times more expensive than what the native readers are willing to pay for them, just so they can put them on a wall.
And then they say, I just paid $600 for this. It's the first appearance of something or other. I can't remember. But
yeah. Although, here's the funny thing. That's not the first appearance of that character in that country, because when that character started appearing, it didn't start from the beginning. So sometimes the first story actually shows up 20 years after. So it's not really the first appearance in that country.
Oh, what a jip. I was already ordering mine on eBay, man. Come on.
Or when they put the wrong cover on the wrong story, just because because it doesn't matter what the cover is to that publisher.
Maranya, I use Beckerman's glue, so that'll answer.
Okay, Thor and Hercules wrestling after going to the tanning salon.
Yeah.
Wow.
And you're fighting Ego, who also went to the tanning salon for planets.
Mjolnir's yellow.
Yeah, a lot of yellow.
Or gold, maybe. I don't know.
It's lemon green.
Yeah, it's LB Cole coloring.
Yeah.
Yes.
Lots more green and yellow. And I think they colored the X-Men Sentinels the same way. I think the colorists didn't know the difference between the Sentinels and the
Rob?
Stimuloid.
What does Poderoso mean?
Where's that?
It's above Thor.
Oh, the mighty. The mighty
it's
Thor.
mighty.
Powerful Thor. Mighty Thor. So,
Okay.
Hela also trying out some different colors.
Yeah, I'll say. Wow. Didn't recognize her.
That's like camouflage.
Almost, yeah.
You can't see her legs.
And this is supposed to be him, Adam Warlock.
Oh, yeah.
Looks just like some guy.
But he's the only one colored properly.
Yeah, he looks the same, actually.
Right. The tanning salon settings is mild, super, Adam Warlock. Also some Galactus' summer outfit. He didn't go to the tanning salon yet.
Yeah, that happens in reprints from time to time.
What
The
did that
Ghost
say at the
Rider.
bottom of that, Paulo?
What's that?
What did that say at the bottom there? It said something about Galactus. You translate that?
On Galactus' trail.
Okay.
Ghost Rider.
We have to
Was
take
this
his word.
Yeah, just one shot.
I believe you.
Poster in that one.
Yeah. Namor. Also went to the tanning salon. That's why Atuma's pissed off at him.
Yeah.
That pale blue does not favor him. And another one. They're being attacked by killer sharks, supposedly, according to the cover, but these look like plants.
Are these printed in the 70s?
Yeah. These are early 7. No, this might be still late 60s.
So it's from the same time period as the American versions.
Yeah, about 4 or 5 years later, usually.
Okay.
And this publisher block also had the rights to a number of Italian characters, and when we return, I'll show those Italian characters.
Okay.
Those are cool.
They were. Just the colors alone were. All right, let's go to. Go ahead.
Just one story. There was this Brazilian blog a few years ago, and they did a what if scenario in which Block never went out of business, and they got the rights to Watchmen, and they did to Watchmen the same thing that they did to these Marvels with terrible coloring and changing the names to something ridiculous and coming up with weird translations, and that blog post was hilarious.
Wow. All right, now we're going to go to a fossil who always presents well, the great Gratu Orloff.
I was pulling some board games out of the closet, and this was in between two board games. This is a 1981 interview with Harvey Kurtzman, the Comics Journal. So I'm looking forward to reading this interview again. And then I've shown this before, but I can't really recommend this enough. This is a magazine called Fanfare that when Lone Star Comics first opened as a brick and mortar business, which everyone now knows as mycomicshop.com. It was my local comic store. They carried this magazine. It originally was called Graphic Story Magazine. I don't have all the old issues, but apparently this was just like one of the best. And so as far as what it covers in it, this is when Wizards first came out, but show you the kind of stuff they
Like Jackson has that same book.
oh, does it say that? Yeah, there's an interview with Ralph Bakshi about Wizards and shows all the characters. Let's see. Then there's an interview with Al Feldstein. But anyway, it shows this painting that Chesley Bonestell did in Collier's in 1950 that inspired his Weird Fantasy cover. Article on Wonder Woman, Abbott and Costello, the Gospel according to Broomhilda. But yeah, I'll show you the issues I've got.
That back cover
Yeah,
is awesome.
did Jambo get to see the back?
I'm sorry.
Yes, there you go.
Yeah, I mean, everything about this magazine is high class. the back cover of this issue is the Mad Monster Party poster. But
oh, nice.
Cool.
This is when Frank Frazetta was doing the paintings for Battlestar Galactica, and we all had high hopes it was going to be something.
Did you guys read Curator's comment here?
Color commentary.
A lot about the movie posters that Frazetta did, and Lost in Space, the Saturday Superstar movie, Lost in Space cartoon.
That's cool.
About the gold diggers that were on the let's see, stuff about film noir. Let's see. I won't open all of them. Maybe that's something I should do.
How many was there of those, Ratu?
What's that?
How many were there of those issues?
Well, not all the ones that I found, but I think it stopped. This is number 1. This is number 2. Before it was called Graphic Story.
Yeah.
Number 3. I got number 3 and number 4. There's everything from Kenneth Anger to K-Tel to Man Thing and that's Bill Elder painting on the back.
Wow, that's nice.
And number 4, it looks like it came out about once a year. If you look at the dates, this has a lot about 3D. You can look at mycomicshop.com and it will be under Fanfare or Graphic Story. So I hesitate to show them because I may not have all of them, and then everyone will buy them all up. But I don't have any money, so it's pointless to even try to be selfish about it. And I don't see that changing anytime soon. Maybe next November. This is something I discovered this afternoon during a live stream. This from my childhood. These were really big in Germany when my dad was stationed in Germany. And if you look that easy to spell word up on YouTube, you can find the cartoons of these little guys, little elves. They would American commercials were so cool to the Germans that on Saturday night they had like a 3-hour block that was nothing, solid commercials from the United States. They just thought our commercials were so well produced, and these little guys would appear in little 7-8 second little cartoons in between some of the commercials. They do have a couple of commercials, then a little cartoon. It was like the reverse of what we have, cartoons and commercials. It was a commercial show with cartoons as the breaks in between. Oh man, I just don't know, man. I haven't. Here's some pictures of my mother I uncovered this afternoon in high school. So, I've got color copies of these in frames, but these are the originals. Finding all kinds of stuff like a hand-painted little cardboard. They would put this above the movie poster in a lobby in an old movie theater. I get tons of these. Here's a painting that John Goris sent me. He might be watching. He commissioned me to do a painting of these guys, and I did the painting. He sent me this, and to me, his painting is better than what I painted for him. But man, I don't know. I'll try to find something else if there's another turn. Oh, we lost some, but we lost the host.
Hey, I was waiting till you were done before I added myself. Yeah, I fell off the world again. So
Oh,
hello, Higgy. So
Iggy.
and very good stuff. We will go to Jambo,
All right.
who is a solid 6.0, right? I told
I
Grab
was-
2 I'd be talking like that tonight. So.
Lucky enough to go to Comic-Con this past week. Got a few things. It's the first ISIS in Shazam number 25. I didn't have that one, so I was glad to grab that. I found a table. A guy had a bunch of books just stacked up. No bags on them, no boards. $10 a piece. I got this one too.
Nice.
And I grabbed this one because it was in nice shape. Hadn't been handled too much yet. And I didn't have that one, so. Got this one. There's your Vampirella. Your little red marks out. Put them over her eyes, or all of the eyes. It's number 112. And I got some Golden Age because that's what I was really looking for. I got a wow.
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 Wow, number
Wow.
28. Mary Marvel. Nice faucet. So I found that. I got this off the old interweb because I went to North Carolina for my company, and we stopped in the Sierra Nevada brewery down there, and they had a bunch of like old equipment they used to brew beer with and stuff, and in displays. We were doing a self-guided tour, and they had this in a case also. I guess because he's fighting the yeast menace. Looks like he's going head first into it, though, so he's really getting into his work there.
Well, it's the only way he'll be able to have a beer. As Billy, he can't.
So I thought that was pretty cool. Got a beat up old Flash, number 72. And it's pretty beat, but you know, it's cool.
Yeah.
DC. Looks like the Three Stooges down there trying to mess up his statue. But I kind of wanted one that had the Flash on it. So a lot of these have Hawkman on them, which I like Hawkman, but your Flash comics are to have Flash on them.
No. Flash Comics was the Flash and Hawkman title.
Yes,
The All Flash was the one that had only Flash stories.
Yeah. And I found this one.
Oh,
Number
good.
18 from 1941.
Yeah. Goodness.
Getting back there a little bit, and somebody had wrote on it, ink pen. I think that name was Malachi or Michael, or I couldn't make it out. But yeah, they made Kanga's trunks there leopard skin, and the same with Anne there. They gave her some dots on hers.
Yeah, matching outfit.
Yeah. You know.
Yeah, while you're out there fighting panthers in the jungle, you want to dress like them.
Found a Alex Schomburg bondage
Whoa.
cover. I mean, that's
Okay,
cover's got it all. It's got the purple Goonies there with the hoods and the horns, and a Viking girl in bondage down there. So
that really is a great cover.
yeah.
That was at a convention you were at?
Yeah, it was at that Lexington Con. And I got this from some guys called the Buzzard Brothers. And they had mostly Golden Age books, which was what I was looking for. So I spent quite a bit of time at their booth. And, you know, it was in pretty good shape. Had some tape on the spine, a couple of chips gone off the corners there. But, you Alex Schomburg bondage. You can't beat that. Let's see. I got some. This one I already had a Torchy. This is number 3. Okay. And this is
what not to do on the honeymoon.
number 2. And I show that because I got a number 6. The Bill Ward cover. I like that cover. He's was helping the old lady, but he just like kind of left her stranded there with all of her stuff and the dog, and went to help Torchy and just grabbed that little hat box.
Yeah, the dog's going to help the old lady.
That was pretty cool, I thought. That's what I got from the con. So
all right.
That's it.
Good. And now we go to Eric Breen. Quick, Gratu, what should I say? I don't know. You don't have your list there, do you?
I have it here.
Okay.
Don't worry about it.
Well, this is going to be anticlimactic after Torchies, but we will start with the great one.
Oh.
Drink it in.
Overflowing.
Here's an adventure comics that I can't read the number.
Wow.
There's 372.
I like that cover.
I am not amused, Jackson. Aquaman number 11. And here's, boy, purple covers are tough to read. I think that's number 30. Here's an issue of Battle Attack from a company I can't remember.
It almost looks Harvey, but can't.
It wasn't Harvey. It was the hell I can't remember. Beware. Here's some vintage great one. Brave and the Bold 64. It's got go-go checks, Gil Kane art. I don't know what more you could ask for. And then natural segue to the Bugaloos.
Never seen that. Wow.
I remember the show, yeah.
They're good dental hygiene.
They're scary.
Eric, comic book curator wants to know: does your store do mail orders?
We've done them before. I mean, I don't think we don't offer it, but I said if somebody wanted to bad enough, I said, yeah, we don't have like a. I don't think we have much of an online presence for comics right now. There's a shy young kid.
There have been times I've been tempted just by what you show. But...
There's Crypt of Shadows. And you know what that guy's saying, right, Paulo?
What kind of car is that, Paulo?
It's a car. You don't actually expect 1970s Marvel cover artists to tell one car apart from the other, do you?
Cars didn't look anything like that in the 70s.
The correct answer is another few seconds, and it's not going to matter. Daredevil 87.
Ah, nice.
You only say Eric because you probably drive a Chevrolet Sonic.
Well, no, I said that because in a few seconds it's going to be smashed into the. Here's more of the great one.
They sure get quiet on you, don't they?
Poor Black Widow.
Point A to point B, Paula. That's all I ask for in a car. DC Special. Number 9. Number 10. Number 11.
That's a great cover.
This is, yeah, those kids picked up a girl. Number 12.
Yeah.
We jump to number 21. Now we're off to DC Special Series number 4. Number 22.
The chat's making more noise than your audience on the Gil Kane stuff.
They don't deserve Gil Kane.
It's the camera, Maranya.
Defenders. That's it. I'm giving this 3 weeks to see if it gets past looking like a homeless guy. If it does, I might keep it. Here's Walt Disney or Delphore color. Hell, I can't read that either.
Oh, wow.
Cinderella.
Cute.
And there's another number that I can't read. Let's see. Detective 314.
Oh, man. Is that ink or crayon or marker?
But the 8?
Yeah.
No idea. I think it gives a character. And we'll close out with Doctor Strange 55.
Michael Golden.
That's it for this round.
Good stuff, buddy.
Thank you. I will be right back.
All right. And with that, we'll go to me just in time for my computer to probably crash, which is fine. So make sure you say a lot of funny stories while I crash. All right, here's some Journey into Mystery.
All right.
It's Orogo. Thing from Beyond, followed up by Row. Playing with his choo-choo train. Yep.
He comes from the bottomless pit. Well, I'd be pissed off if I lived in a bottomless pit. I could have fallen forever.
Ranger Sly's out here.
Ranger.
Here's another Journey into Mystery. Well, no, it's Mighty Thor. Excuse me.
Close.
Now, if you've read this story, it's what a setup. Let Jane Foster get all the way up there and then scare her to death so she can't join them. I think Odin had that worked out all along to keep her out. So.
And we finally got rid of Jane Foster until they brought her back.
Yeah. Here's the Super Scroll.
Yeah, that's a good one. Nice.
Well, last week I had a bunch of Journey into Mystery and I was going too fast. Lead Paint wanted to look at them. All right, Lead Paint. Here's some Doctor Doom. Okay. So I have been on a Edgar Rice Burroughs kick lately. They've got here's Carson of Venus cards.
Huh.
And let's see. Wait till Eric is back to show that. Lately, Gratu's been showing some Classics Illustrated. a guy that makes fake Classics Illustrated. And I thought this would be a good subject for a new one.
Yeah.
That'd be very interesting illustrated. All right, The Atom Conspiracy. Another ace science fiction. That guy.
Oh no.
And there we go.
Oh no.
And
Micah, you're hiccuping.
Just as that guy's getting knocked off the wire by a giant cork, it looks like.
Oh, and as Eric would say, ah.
All right. Well, Gratu, you're up.
Oh, I'm up.
Yes,
Yeah,
sir.
yeah. Micah,
Okay.
Micah fell off the earth again.
Well,
Wait.
Oh, he's back. He's back.
did
Good.
anything interesting happen while I was gone? Otherwise, I can't wait to go to YouTube and cut that out.
No, not really.
Okay. Here's the
You're
Martian
really-
Sphinx.
The Martian stinks.
Yes. That was their subtitle. Kind of a working title.
Oh dear.
Ah. Crazy stuff.
Am I still on?
You're
Yes.
still working.
Okay, good. Good. I'd love to get a helmet like that.
And Andre Norton, probably related to Emperor Norton.
I doubt it.
Wow, the critter is riding.
Ooh, flip. Double novel. Ray Cummings.
Nice.
I don't know how Tama, I don't know if she's interesting or not, but she is the Princess of Mercury. There was 2 books about that.
Ray Cummings wrote 2 Captain America stories back in the Golden Age. Ooh, these are
How do you remember that, Paulo?
It's a useless factoid. Therefore, I remember it.
All right. One more. And the back cover.
Nice.
Okay. Well, now I'll be. Is Eric back yet?
Didn't
I
hear
don't
it.
think so.
He'll let me know. I'll do a few more till he gets back because I wanted to show him one.
Still prepared.
Wow.
Oh.
Must be Dr. Doom here. See?
Looks like it. In love.
Oh.
Nice sci-fi stuff. Huh.
Well, I'm taking up too much time. So we will go to Apollo, and then when Eric gets back, I'll pop in to show one book. So I think we left off with Ranger Sly joining us. So
Okay, so we have, and here we go. So Going now to Italy for some Italian comics, and this is Diabolic from early on in the 1960s. I'll leave that knife.
Diabolic.
And the scene. Notice the notation on the left: "Per adulti," for adults. Nobody would let their kids read this. In the name of justice. But by this stage, this is much more recent, but they're still going on. They're past issue 700, and they're smaller now, and they only have room for 2 images per page.
So Dr. Von Chilla shows up when I crash. Amazing.
So the R out there, Paulo, does that mean restricted, like in the movie theaters and stuff?
Yes.
Okay.
Moving on to Criminal. Criminal was of course a knockoff of Diabolique. He just had a full costume, and he was more sadistic in the beginning, but eventually he became friendlier, because I think they saw some potential for merchandising with the yellow costume. But there are some pretty interesting covers. Some don't even feature the character at all. I like this one. 223. And then they started getting more drug-induced. Like this one. Or this one. And then here's something interesting. If this kind of looks like it was lifted off of a Ghost Rider cover. It was not. This cover is from 1970. It predates Ghost Rider by 2 years. Whoops.
Oh,
That almost got the family jewels.
yes.
From the creators of Criminal, Satanic. The woman's a chemist, and she, after accidentally being exposed to chemicals that she shouldn't be, she developed a split personality, sort of a Jekyll and Hyde situation, but much more evil in her alternate ego. The covers are also crazier in general. And that's the last one.
Cool. Like
Hey,
those.
good stuff, Paulo. And Eric, I said I'd wait until you got back to show one more book. So I have no idea what's going on, but
Nice.
it came in a stack, so we'll give it a shot. So, all right, I guess we're going to go to Gratu.
Okay. This is what I was talking about earlier, Paulo, the sticker that was all over the place in the 60s. To me, this is the
Cool.
first appearance of Ghost Rider. I had my red wagon as a kid had 2 of these on the back, almost like tail lights. Okay, well, here's a copy of Fate, May 1956. And secrets entrusted to only a few, the unpublished facts of life. So this is the first appearance of the unpublished facts of life. You can get it from the Rosicrucians.
Yep.
Yeah. I think they worship Egyptian gods. They're like cosplay people that worship Egyptian gods. Well, I don't want to offend them. Here's the Fate magazine from April 57.
Yeah, half our audience is Rosicrucians.
Well, it could be. There's this couple on YouTube that are Rosicrucians.
Yeah.
They've got their
But they're-
backdrop with these Egyptian,
I hear they're pro slabbing though.
probably. Let's see. Oh, here's a psychic
Oh,
from Texas Wesleyan University. Oh, what is this? Oh, the Mayans. If you feel lonely and unappreciated, the Mayans will help you out. So she must be the high priestess.
She doesn't look Mayan.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Or as they say in French, the Madame.
she identifies as Mayan.
Yeah.
She could have bleached her hair, I guess.
Slavicrucians.
Slavicrucians. Yeah, that's a new. I got to write that down in my
Yeah.
book.
That's a real one.
He's been wounded. Yeah. Yeah. The interior art is not as good as the covers, but it's good. You know, sometimes better than others.
Yeah.
A
lot of those Italian artists, they were very prolific. They had to draw a lot of pages every month to make decent money.
Yeah. This is one of the great covers.
Oh, wow.
This one here. And this was some kind of drug hallucination. Yeah, I pulled a Biden, Mitch McConnell. I was just like, Dean Martin. I couldn't think of Dean Martin's name, like a total mental patient. This really is getting to be a nursing home here. As far as when I was showing the Gold Diggers, they were on Dean Martin's variety show. I just thought I better just go on and say, "Come on, man, don't look here." Here's some of these I can't show these tie-in ones. There's one that's like a vampirella called Lucifera, and you can't show that. That's something you should look into.
Michael Taylor get the red dots out.
Michael Taylor
that was-
the one that
I
puts
think
the
that
Yeah,
red
he said he
dots on
put
the
red
screen?
dots over it.
I think
Yeah.
that was Scotty.
Oh, was it
Yeah,
Scotty?
that was someone else. Let's see. Oh, here's why this is the secret origin, first appearance of my hatred for Tony Tallarico was this book that I got in 7th grade, or no, 6th grade. And it's supposed to teach you how to draw, and it's just, to me, it's horrible.
Mhm.
And they like, I can't show most of this because it shows you his wonderful art, and then it gives you pages where you can draw your own. Where I drew my own, it's like, do you want a Bible? So I can't really. He's showing you how to draw these. So I drew someone getting kicked in the nuts. It's just I can't show you any of this. I'll censor my drawing. No, it'll show, and I'll be in trouble. I won't do that. Anyway, Tony Tallarico. I'm sure he's a great guy. I've shown this before, probably, since we're showing these foreign editions.
Yeah, that's French from Lug.
Yeah, I've showed it probably several times on this show.
The daughter of that company's owner is still alive, although she's in her late 80s. And she was actually the one who negotiated the Marvel contract in the 1960s.
Why does the art look so much worse in the foreign editions? I don't remember it being. I'm looking at John Byrne's X-Men art, and it just seemed like it looked better when I was a kid. I don't know. I don't know. It just somehow looked better than that when I was a kid. What happened? Have my standards changed? This is, then they have some Marvel team up that looks especially bad.
You've just gotten used to that great new modern art, Gratu.
Sometimes
No.
the coloring is not original.
It's
a lot
the
of the
coloring.
times,
Is that what's throwing it off?
yeah, in the printing sometimes. The thing is, usually for a long time, foreign licensors would get the art in black and white because the American publishers had no way of knowing if the licensor had was able to print in color. So they got it in black and white, and if they printed in color, they'd color it themselves.
I'm
So it
wondering
was
if they
not
were.
exactly.
I wonder if
You
they
think
were
they have to
touching.
erase the gray?
They were doing something. Something's weird. I don't know. That looks a lot like his E-Man days. Remember that? Okay, well, let's see. I'll show you something that's really weird. This was a terrible movie. I mean, it had, it was like everyone was looking forward to it. Then we realized that Steven Spielberg just doesn't make very good comedies. He doesn't have much of a sense of humor. And the funny moments that you've seen in Steven Spielberg movies were thought of by the actors on the set, like when Harrison Ford just pulls the gun out, that was his idea. But this was done by the heavy metal people doing a comic adaptation of a PG rated movie, and they turned it into this bizarre, perverse thing that just stuff like this. The guys and weird, putting in stuff from it's this weird collage art that it's like they saw the movie and realized it was terrible, so they were just trying to fix it. And but if you ever see this like in a cutout bin, it's there's John Belushi like chewing tomato soup cans. It's like they sent this to a mental asylum and had they even put just anyway. That's I'm sure Spielberg was real thrilled when he saw that also. But he was probably had other concerns with the fact that the movie was terrible. This is the list that Graphic Man was referring to. Oh, Graphic Man's gone. Oh, he's back.
Yeah,
I made a list of phrases that I'm going to start reading all the time on my show in order to gain more subscribers, because real comic book collectors that started collecting during the pandemic, they've made up these terms. We have to all use them. So, but anyway, no offense, because some of us use these terms, but I'll tell you, if I ever use whereas tech for detective comics, when someone says I've got Tech 27, they're an idiot. But I realize a lot of these terms are insulting to comics. Raw comics, run fillers. What was the other one? Floppies. So anyway, so that's my paradigm shift against this existential threat to our democracy. And anyway, I'm only going to buy comics with Matt Baker art because that's trendy, and I'm going down that rabbit hole. I'm going to pull that trigger for that trope and the mega girls that present well to the comic book community, as long as they're key issues going forward. And I will be showing you my OTR comics that I got at the LCS for my PC. And then I can have 8,000 subscribers. But anyway, and I can be comic for Tom.
Yeah, you should invest. You have to say you should invest in this one.
What is that?
I said so. No, you put up a comic and you say you should invest in this one because I said
yeah.
so.
Yeah.
I gotta say, there's maybe one you should take off of the list.
What's that?
Run fillers, because at least they're not buying just keys.
Yeah, but usually
but they mean it
they're
derogatory,
making
though.
fun of people.
Yeah.
Like it's like I only buy keys first appearances. Those are just run fill. Isn't it normally used as a
I don't know.
disparaging term?
I heard somebody that I like use that the other day, and I don't think they meant it as.
Oh,
But
I've
you're
used some
probably
of
right.
these too. Yeah. But I'm never going to say grill. I'm going to always say holy grail. This is more holy than. No, I won't get into that. Never mind. I just hate everything. I'm like the Mikey of the fossils.
Let's get Gratu. Yeah.
He
He won't
hates
read it. He hates everything.
Well, now we go to the king of speculation, moving forward to Jambo.
So I did an old guy thing the other day when I was at the con. There was a couple guys standing close to me, and I'd been waiting in line for about an hour, and they were kind of in front of me, and I thought they were just talking, right? Just chit-chatting. Well, the lady came out and said the line was getting ready to move to go into the con, and they turn around like they're getting ready to go in and stuff. And I'm like, these guys are going to try to cut line. So I did the old guy thing, and I said, hey, you guys waiting in line? They said, yeah, we are. And I said, well, it starts back there. It made them get in the back of the line. Everybody applauded, but I was like, why did nobody else say anything? Everybody's so afraid to hurt somebody's feelings or something. Anyway,
not Jambo. He'll make
not me. Just a gripey old guy. I went to Comic Book World today, Eric's store. Missed Eric. He wasn't there, but I did get some good books. I got this. This is the first retelling, because it's the Gladstone of the Crypt Keeper's origin.
Very cool.
Jack Davis cover. Very cool. So I like that. And I found these. I was happy about that.
Ooh, cool.
They were $1.
You're kidding.
Oh,
$1.
Great price.
Yeah. Thanks, Eric.
Well, those aren't Rampaging Hulks. That is actually called Rampage Magazine.
Rampage Magazine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
I don't
Marvel
care.
UK.
That's
What?
still cool.
Mm-hmm.
We had Hulk
And
stories and X-Men stories.
Yeah,
what is that? A foreign edition?
It's Marvel
No?
UK.
Is it UK?
Yeah.
Yeah, 40 pence. Yeah.
Okay.
You should find the one where they merge the Avengers with Savage Sword of Conan.
Well, they were color inside, so it kind of messed me up and threw me off. But they were only $1, so that had my name all over it. So it was pretty cool.
Yeah, that magazine was black and white and set in the 60s, and then when the TV show came on, they converted over to color, and it was set in present day.
It was only $8. It had a Ghost Rider story in it.
Wow.
It was number 20. So Ghost Rider started in number 11, so wasn't too far into the run. And it was kind of jacked up, a little bit on the spine, but still great reading for $8. And I got this from 1944.
Wow.
The Fighting Yank was not $8 though. I would assume.
No, that was from the con. It was pretty expensive actually, in my terms. But yeah, this was like 18, I think. And yeah, it was at Comic Book World. It was kind of cool.
Have the Fighting
Dynamite?
Wow. Have the Fighting Yank comics ever been put together in a collected book form?
I'm
was looking on
thinking they
Amazon.
probably have, yeah. Guandanaland or somebody surely has done those by now.
Oh yeah, I have that issue.
Yeah, I didn't have this one, so I was glad to grab it.
Yeah.
18. They had a few of them of the Foom, so that was
By
pretty
that point, they were selling them at comic book stores. They weren't just only subscription. You didn't just get them in the mail, because I bought that at Lone Star Comics when it came out.
Yeah.
They had them on on the rack.
I didn't have a subscription crease or a sticker on it or anything like that. So
Yeah,
they
well,
came in envelopes though, right? Back in the day.
when the ones I got in the mail, they weren't creased, but they did have your little sticker on the back with your address. They weren't in envelopes.
The Schomburg cover.
Mhm.
I think he does a chapter in there too. It's one of the last things I think he ever drew.
Yeah, I believe you're right. And just because it was laying within arm reach, the beautiful Honey West.
Oh,
Where'd you find that?
I think I got this in Tennessee, I believe.
I have that, but God, mine is just destroyed.
What a babe. And Francis. So that's it, guys.
all right.
Fancy comic book terms. That's me, man. You know, I like to keep up with all the modern and new lingo and stuff on comic books with the comic community and everything, you know.
So, Gratu, what's your feeling on YouTubers referring to themselves in the third person more often than LeBron James in a post game interview?
Do they do that?
I do that sometimes.
The guy in witness protection to the left of me does.
Oh, I didn't. I don't remember that.
Yeah, I do that sometimes. I say, "Oh, Jambo got this," or "Jambo."
Oh, that's all right. That's just
Jimbo says, subscribe.
Subscribe.
I'm surprised when they showed the back cover with Linda Carter. I'm surprised Jambo didn't do that out of instinct.
I think I have that picture around here somewhere. I'll have to use that on my next video.
Well, while Jambo's looking for that picture, we will rush to Eric Breen.
Rush. All right. We'll continue with an ill-fated attempt at breakfast.
Oh no.
And we'll go to My Greatest Adventure 85.
Oh, that's a good one.
And 114. Let's see, here's Fighting Marines 78. Flash 285. I guess tonight's the night for weird first issues because here's Funky Phantom.
So funky.
And here's something I didn't know existed until a couple weeks ago, but here's issue 34 of Georgie.
Oh, wow.
It's a Marvel or an Atlas humor mag.
Pre-Atlas, actually. It only lasted until 1951.
Well, it's got Atlas right there.
It does?
Right under the number.
Oh, yeah. I thought those were distributed by cable.
No.
I only disputed that because even I could see the Atlas thing. So otherwise, I would trust you almost more than I would trust my eyes.
Because Georgie was one of the longest-running male teen humor titles at Marvel. Started way back in 1945 or 46.
Yeah, I didn't see that.
Timely, yeah.
Ghost Rider number 2.
Sweet.
Very nice.
Here's issue 4 of Ghosts.
Oh, cool.
And number 5.
Huh. Great cover.
Let's see, Grand Prix. Green Lantern 155. And 187.
Who did that cover?
I can't remember Paris and Romeo Tangal inked it, but I can't remember what Paris is for. Paris Collins, I think.
Okay.
Let's see. Here's another infernal purple cover. This character at the bottom, he will be returning in June.
I'm surprised nobody's already made a comic about him.
Here's House of Secrets 113.
Those darn kids.
And I showed this a couple weeks ago, but it was up in rotation, so here it is again.
Yeah. Very cool.
And here's number 53.
Cool.
109. And 199. And thought I'd throw this in case Captain watches the replay. Here's some romance for him.
Oh. Just married.
Paris Collins. Yeah.
I'm surprised there wasn't a just divorced. That'd have been some good reading. Here's Commanding number 2.
Yeah.
Got one last shot. Don't let me down, kids.
Oh man. Hey, you see up Eric Warlock's nose there.
Can't you see me standing here? I got my back against the wrecking machine. I ain't the worst that you've seen. Can't you see what I mean? Oh, might as well jump, jump. Might as well jump. Go ahead and jump, jump. Go ahead and jump.
Marvel triple action.
Hmm.
Governor of Kung Fu, number 41.
Keep going, Eric. Keep going, Eric. I'm bringing in Spinner Rack to join us. So,
And Governor of Kung Fu, number 43. And we'll end with the last two, one of the most unheralded superheroes of all time. And the Occult Files of Dr. Spectre.
Yes.
And that will do it.
all right. Very, very good. Looks like Spinner's joined us. Hello, Spinner.
Hey guys, I barely made it, huh?
Yeah, we've all gone through 2 rounds, and so we're going to look to you now.
Okay, well, I will finish off the 80-page Giants. We've ended with issue number G60. There are 89 in all. So I'll just go through the rest of the stack here. And I just got home and ran up here, so I'm not even really prepared. So this is G61. I can't remember what issue of Batman's that, or is it Detective
38.
38. I thought it was in the 30s, but. And here's Jimmy turning into various creatures.
Wolfman.
It's been a lot of fun collecting these. All right, this is Lois Lane 95G 63.
The bulbous head, Lois.
Here is JLA number 76, and this would be G65. And there's Wonder Woman in there. Eric pointed out a while back that none of these giant issues were in Wonder Woman's line of books. I tried to look to see why, if there was any reason. I couldn't find anything. Maybe they just didn't fill it.
There's no Green Lanterns or Adventure Comics.
Yeah.
In the 80 Page Giants.
Maybe they just didn't feel they'd sell well enough. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't think they were selling well. They kept trying new things, trying to make it sell.
And then here we have, this would be G67. The other thing I was trying to find out is, the first 15, 16 issues were, titled 80 Page Giant. And then, of course, they started interspersing them within the main titles. And I couldn't find anything. The only thing I could come up with is maybe they figured by interspersing them in the main titles, it would kind of give them a month off to catch up. It's got to be a grind to do these comic books every single month. Well, now there's Adventure Comics.
That's right. You're right. I sit corrected.
With
forgot all that. But I don't think there were any 80-page giant ones there, right? It was when they went down, knocked down to 64 pages.
Are we at the 64 yet? Or
I think so.
Yeah, I'm not sure. It's still a square bound, Eric. Usually, I think when you get to those 60 page, they don't have square bound anymore, but I'm not sure. Here's Giant 70 Flash.
I guess you could count every page right now if you want.
We've got the time, don't we? All right, here's Superboy 165. This is G71. G72. Superman action. I just love all these different panels that they have, and they tend to be pretty colorful. There goes my camera. Yeah. All right, Jimmy Olsen. This is issue 131.
Wow.
There's I don't know if Higgy's here. There's Jimmy Olsen doing his best impression of Hawkman.
He was here, but the television was calling, I think.
Lois Lane 104, G75.
Because I noticed they no longer say 80 page next to giant.
Yeah. These here. These are definitely not as thick, I can tell. Oh, World's Finest Action. And notice they kind of changed. They've got this big giant logo up here now. But then they don't have that same logo, but still the giant is prominently displayed. See, and there, Eric, there it says 64 pages. I think that's the first time it says 64 pages. They probably got over their embarrassment of reducing the page count. All right, this is G78. G79. And I think we're down to our last 10 here. This was the Sergeant Rock issue 229, G80. This is Legion of Superheroes issue 403. Another Flash. This is issue 205, G82. He's racing against the Reverse Flash. All right, G83, Superboy 174.
Yeah.
Looks like I probably paid around $8 for that, if that.
Mhm.
A typical gorilla. Superman issue 239, G84, yet more gorilla action.
Mhm.
And this is G85. Batman issue 233. And then we have another Jimmy Olsen. This is issue 140, G86. And here's a Lois Lane, kind of a risque cover. This is issue 113, G87. Lois finally realizing all of her dreams come true there.
And Lois got around.
G88, this is World's Finest. And finally, the very last one is a JLA, issue number 93, and this is G89.
Oh.
And ladies and gentlemen, that is the end of the Dell Giant, or the 80-page Giants. And like I said, the precursor to these, I think from around 60, maybe 64, there were some 80-page annuals. And they're kind of confusing. At first, I kind of thought they were part of the G-numbered run, but they're not. So anyway, there you go.
Great. That's
Okay.
great.
Did you all see Dr. Von Chilla's comments here? I don't know if he's starting a fight, but
No, he's absolutely right.
would Fantastic Four annual number 2 be a giant? I mean, it's
Yeah.
giant size. To me, that's probably one of Marvel's best giants. But it may not be enough to beat the entire
No.
DC category.
No,
But
no.
I'm just putting in a good plug for FF Annual 2. That's all.
But
You know, there
the-
was those giant chillers and
Yeah,
Yeah.
the first
Regular-
the first
some
Marvel
over-
annual the first Marvel annuals had full length stories, and they were 72 pages.
yeah.
And after 5 or 6 years, they became reprint books with 64 pages in.
Of course, yeah. But
So the Marvel's annuals and giant sizes can't be compared, even in terms of quality, because even if the 80-page giants are reprints, they are putting out the best stories. It's a selection of the best that you can have in one package.
No, I think the Marvel and the DC are comparable. I mean, DC had reprints and Marvel had reprint. I mean, sometimes they had originals, but I mean, Marvel Tales and Marvel's greatest Marvel collector's item classics. I think those are fantastic. That's how I was first exposed to the real early. I couldn't afford the early
Yeah.
Ditko Spider-Man and the very early Fantastic Fours. What was that?
oh, he say he didn't start fights. He just gives opinions. So.
I just think I think they're all wonderful. Anything from the
Yeah.
60s and early 70s from either company is great.
I do too. And Spinner Rack had a faux pas when he said Dell Giants, but to me, I think Dell Giants are awesome. But that's totally
Oh yeah, of course they are. Yeah.
not Marvel and DC. But admittedly, DC's output of Giants is probably far superior. I was trying to build a case on FF Annual 2 and maybe Journey into Mystery Annual 2, but
Well, one
there's
thing
so many
Marvel didn't
reprints in
do.
the back.
One thing Marvel didn't do was just throw a giant size issue in between 2 issues of a run. And theirs
Yeah.
were always annuals
Yeah.
or reprint series like Marvel Tales, Marvel Collector's Item Classics. And
Well, there are those 2 issues of Kid Colt. Was it Kid Colt? I think it was Kid Colt. that were supposed to be giant-sized kid Colt, but they got put in the regular
Yeah,
run.
but again, 64 pages as opposed to 80. So I said out of it, yeah, I'd how cool would it have been if, say, Fantastic Four 37 had been an 80-page giant with like the story and then some reprints? But yeah.
And X-Men 137, very good double size issue.
Giant size X-Men 1.
Yeah, well, they had the entire
Yeah.
giant size series.
Yeah. All
But
right.
I always thought DC was, like I said, Marvel had better stories, but DC is more fun to collect because there's so
Agreed.
many oddball stuff.
Yeah.
A comic book curator said, "Do the Archie Giants next spinner." Man, I'd have to do some heavy collecting. I mean, I've got some. But, I mean, how many books would that be? Holy cow!
I don't really think of companies so much as a time period. You know, to me, it's a time period of comics, and that's just kind of how I look at it. The 60s and early 70s, and then by 77, it was getting bad for both companies. And then by the mid 80s, when all the warlocks came over from England and started, you know, it seemed cool at the time, Watchmen and Dark Knight, but it was just spinning right down the toilet. And then every kid went off to play video games. And then there was the 90s, and then look what you have today, garbage. But I don't know. There's a good comic coming out, possibly, called from, Gold Key came back and had a turd of a new book, Boris Karloff. It looks like Jay Stevens is doing this Figgy Furthermore, the Spirit Guide Dog. It looks actually pretty good. It's about it's not like an R-rated thing like he did with Dwellings. It's like this Dennis the Menace kind of bad kid, but he's bad because his dog died, but the dog is secretly floating around trying to help him not destroy the world. So it's called Figgy Furthermore, the Spirit Guide Dog, and it's done in the style of it's really more like a Harvey comic than Gold Key, but it's still it feels like the 60s, and that's what I like. So hopefully that'll be good.
Well, I know you were talking about the EC revival a little bit today on your stream, and
yeah, I don't know much about that. You know more about it than I do. All I have is this button that Charlton gave me from the convention.
Yeah.
This is their logo.
The guy I work for, he was at that trade show a couple weeks ago, and Oni was there, and the guy that's in charge of it was talking about it. And now he could have been saying what he wanted people to hear, but there's so much pressure. Or it's like everything's got to be woke now, and this guy was the total opposite. And one of the writers is a guy named Chris Condon, and he learned how to structure his stories from Ed Brubaker, who I think is the best writer working today. Right. And he did a series called The Enfield Gang Massacre last year that was a very good Western, legit good. So I've got some optimism for this. Like I said, because the Boris Karloff died the second I learned Steve Orlando was the writer.
Yeah,
because he's dreadful. But yeah, I said I haven't heard. I haven't heard of any Steve Orlandos or Steve Foxes or any of the just god awful writers of today polluting the EC stuff yet. So fingers crossed.
Well, it takes a special kind of writer that's able to do the O. Henry, Rod Serling kind of twist ending. And if they can get someone, there are people like that exist. And I know Ed Brubaker is great. And I know that you have good taste. So, but it could have great writing, but if the art is terrible, it's got to have everything.
I saw something from Oni. I think I picked up something from Oni last week that I actually liked. But speaking of here's a modern comic that, where all the covers so far have been Steranko homages from the Shield series.
Uh-huh.
It's unfortunately. The book is good, covers are great, but yeah, so that's. But you're right. I said, most of it's weird. I was watching a Sleepy Reader video yesterday. He was going through all the books he bought last week, and he bought 2 or 3 of the same ones that I did. Didn't like any of them as much as I did, apparently. But yeah, except for Torpedo, he did like that. So there's still stuff out there. It's just not being done by Marvel or DC.
Yeah.
I
Well,
wonder if
Twisted
anybody has
Tales,
looked at the rights to the old Atlas heroes, and does anybody own them right now? Or, I mean, you know,
Which
Yeah.
Atlas?
the Atlas
the
Seaboard.
Oh,
Yeah.
I wonder if somebody could just buy the whole thing.
Yeah,
They-
that's what I was
they did.
thinking. I mean, the guy got gold key. I mean, you think you would be able to get something like Atlas Seaboard, and
I think somebody tried to bring it back 4 or 5 years ago.
that's what I heard, that someone brought the characters back. I heard 10 years. I don't know, but
I
Yeah,
missed
but
that.
I
no-
never
nobody
heard of it.
paid-
I never saw it.
Nobody paid any attention.
So the other day when I was babysitting my brother's store, I took a creepy archives in to read. I opened it up and there's a big thing about how much of the art in this volume was done by your boy Tony Tallarico. I like, God damn it! If Ken hadn't brought that up, I may not have even noticed.
Well, when Creepy started, it had a lot of the old EC alumni. And in the early 70s, you had a lot of new artists like Bernie Wrightson and Kaluta and Plug. You could have brought back EC then, but you've got to have writers. And Creepy, the stories never were as good as EC. They didn't have the twist. They didn't have quite the magic. It was almost there. What came closer was Twisted Tales and Alien Worlds.
I will agree that the Creepy and Eerie's. I thought Vampirella's had better stories, or at least tended to. I think Creepy and Eerie. I mean, I don't regret getting the archives, but I think they'd be more fun to collect in the magazines because I said they aren't the best stories. I mean, you'll get the occasional really good one in there, but yeah, there are a lot more. It's like, okay.
Well, 50% of the fun of a Warren magazine was all the ads in the back for me, and I don't think all of that's in the archives. So
no,
that's what I looked at first as a kid. I opened from the back like I was Asian.
Can you imagine a time when, like they'd advertise, you could get Super 8 film, like 500 feet of film, which would have like a scene from your favorite horror movie. And I wanted to get those so bad. I knew I had no chance of ever getting any of them. But I'm thinking about how I could get these stuff for like the Star Trek books and all the because the back of those magazines were wonderful.
Yeah, guys, I got to tap out. Good seeing everybody again, and
thanks for making it up today, Jambo. Next time you're coming up, give me a heads up so I'm try to be there.
It was kind of a last minute thing, but yeah,
Or
I will
give him directions to your house.
Well, if he'd come
Take care,
over
guys.
today, I would have put him. I would have sent him on the roof
Put me
where I was.
Take care, guys.
See ya.
All right, Jambo.
Yeah, it's going to be his busy season. It's starting to get hot everywhere.
I had a buddy come over today and he cleaned my gutters for me, but he didn't have a big enough ladder, so we had to put the ladder up on the awning above the first floor, and I had to like brace it so it wouldn't slip out from under him when he went up to the second level. And it's been so long since I got up there, I didn't trust myself to get back on the ladder. So he had to go up and pry the second floor window open. I crawled in through the window to get back in.
That would be me. I'm afraid of heights bad.
Well, I said it's just, I don't know if I'm, losing dexterity in the lower half of my body, but I didn't trust myself to get back around without like falling. So, I mean, and this guy is just impossibly nice. I said, I called a place. They quoted me over $300 to do what he refused to take a penny for. And I didn't fall off the ladder, so which would have put a crimp in that.
Ladders and fossils don't go together.
And we're being joined by Curious Joe. Hello, Curious. Good to see you.
Well, you bet they're going to be talking about the X-Men.
Oh yeah, I guess I said the stream I was watching last night. Yeah, Josh McDonald. He has the same sexual orientation as that recently fired showrunner, and had some insights as to what could have happened there. So
Yes.
what a dumbass.
And on that uplifting note, we will say goodnight to everybody. We will see you here next week. And until then, happy drawing.
Good night, kids.
Bye.
Enjoy.